Oh man, we back with another one here. Inspired by True Event Sports Podcast. We're here on this fine Wednesday with another episode, more content coming to you. We got Neil, Kenny, and Phil. We got a lot going on. The season is heating up. There's some people that won't let things go when their team wins. They don't know how to win in grace. They always got to rub it in, but we're gonna get to that. We got the NBA draft going on right now too. So Phil's itching to find out who the Celtics are gonna get, just so they can get bounced out in the first round again.
See ya. Get him out of here.
Heads up.
But yeah, man. So Phil, what's going on with the picks, man? I know I'm probably last, but it's okay. What's going on with the picks?
Right now we have Neil at 6-4, so you're not last. And then we have you, Lawrence, at 15-21. And then we have Kenny at 21-15, and the new Pick'em King, me at 22-14. So things are right where it should be right now.
I love Patriots. I love how you threw that in there. The new Pick'em King.
He's a Pick'em King. I've been in first place since the first week, and Kenny is in first with this record. But now it's the Pick'em King. Oh, okay.
Hey, listen, man. He did it with grace. He picked his own team to win, and we doubted his.
We didn't pick him. We did not.
That game I couldn't even see on TV, bro. Like, that was ridiculous in the third.
If I had the choice, I would still pick the same way. I don't regret anything I did.
So going from there, what do we got as far as the games coming up this week? Coming up, week 11, crucial week. It's a lot of fight or flight going on. Kenny, the Falcons fight or flight?
Listen, the Falcons have been so far out of the playoff race. It's not even funny. If we somehow play ourselves into the playoffs at this point, the rest of the NFC should just go into hiding and never come out.
Oh, man.
We are only, 2 games out, though, which is, mind-blowing, but it's over.
There might be more wild cards added. Who knows?
Yeah, they might. Right. They might add one.
Yeah, but that means that games have to get canceled, so it's still going to hurt us because we ain't going to have enough wins still.
Yeah. So what do we got for week 11 coming up game wise?
Phil, you want to take it?
Yeah. Let's see. Our first game we have on Thursday night is going to be Arizona versus Seattle. Neil, you want to start it off with your pick?
Yeah, definitely. You know how I feel about this, man. Let me tell you something. Seattle's on the decline. That's for damn sure. They lost 2 straight. They're turning the ball over like crazy. I mean, Russ doesn't even look like the same Russ anymore. I mean, he was MVP. And now all of a sudden it's like, what's going on? I mean, obviously it's Russell Wilson, so he's going to get his stuff together. But I don't know. It's just crazy. He's got 10 turnovers in his last 4 games, and that's so not like Russ. I don't know what's happening over there, and I don't know if there's a team hotter than Arizona right now in the NFL. I mean, you could say that they won off a Hail Mary, but still, it was a good game, back and forth shootout between Buffalo and Arizona. It's a big game for both teams because that first place is a 3-way tie right now between Arizona, Seattle, and LA Rams for first place in NFC West. I just don't think Seattle's got it. They don't have a run game. Chris Carson may be back, but he's not fully healthy.
No, he said full go.
Full go, Chris Carson. Mm-hmm. All right. I don't think it matters, to be honest. I'm gonna go 28-25 Arizona.
Nice. What you think, Lawrence?
I just don't learn my lesson. I just don't learn my lesson.
He's gonna go again?
I'm going again.
And Russ,
we trust.
Oh man.
Can't lose 3 in a row. He's not gonna lose and play the same way he did. He threw 3 interceptions in the late part of the game. And he cost me $4,000. He owes me. So
oh man.
He's got and Russ we trust. I say Seattle. They go out there and they find a way. I feel like if anything, like you said, by 3 points, I think it'll be at least 3 to 6 points Seattle's way.
I mean, last game was overtime. Last game was overtime.
Exactly. So, and that was like 70 points combined right there.
And Russell Wilson's 8-1 on Thursday night games, by the way.
Stat guy.
He's 8-1.
Stat guy.
I'm gonna have to go with Seattle as well. This is one game they can't afford to lose because if they lose this, the Cardinals sweep them completely and they have that advantage for playoff seeding. So Russell Wilson's not going to let them lose 2 in a row against the Cardinals, so I'm going to go with them.
100%.
I've been so torn on this game because everything in me wants to pick Arizona because I just think right now they are a better football team. But, like, I don't know if I see Seattle losing 3 games in a row. Like, it's just tough. But I've picked Seattle the last 2 weeks, and they've haunted me. And Seattle also cost me a lot of money earlier in the season. So I think I'm going to have to fall off of the Seattle wagon, and I'm going to go with Arizona this week. And also because I earlier this year said that Kyler Murray was going to be the MVP.
That's right. That's right.
If Kyler Murray beats Russell Wilson for a second time and wins this division,
he's up there.
We got to really start talking about Kyler Murray as the MVP. He's on pace for 4,000 pass yards and 1,000 rush yards. That's never been done before.
He got 10 touchdowns too, rushing.
I think Kyler does it. He continues his magic.
Bad toddler.
And I'm gonna go with Arizona.
Man, that's true. I forgot you called. That was a dark horse too. We were like, "What, Kenny? What are you talking about?" And then all of a sudden, here comes Kyler Murray out of nowhere. Well, really not out of nowhere. We all know he's good, but I mean, you definitely got DeAndre Hopkins is a huge addition for that team over there. Absolutely massive addition for them.
They're doing it. Man.
I mean, they're doing it with one of the best running attacks in the game right now. Most of it is because of the bad toddler himself crushing it on the. I mean, you can't stop that man. Once he gets out past your linebackers, he's gone. He's gone. Nobody's catching him. He's insane. It's gonna be a good game though, man. I look forward to watching. I'm gonna watch it very closely.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be tuned into that.
Next up, we got the battle of the running games: Tennessee versus Baltimore. Neil, who you got for your pick?
Oh man, I picked against Tennessee last week. Or no, I picked for Tennessee last week, and that bit me. Baltimore looked good in New England in that monsoon, whatever that was, that nasty weather game. I don't know. It's tough. It's going to be a tough game. And I think, man, I don't know. I think I got Baltimore. I got Baltimore in this. I think they'll find a way to stop. Once they stop that running game with Tennessee, it's like throw your hands up in the air. What's going to happen? It's the same thing every week. Live or die by Derrick Henry. I'm going to go Baltimore by 5 points.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Baltimore by at least 10 points. They're playing in Baltimore. I feel like if there's good weather, it's probably gonna be cold. I think Lamar Jackson tries to get back on track because he's been playing really, really below the bar this year. Like Kenny said, the tape is out, man. So I think he finds a way to win that game, at least by 10.
I'm gonna go with Baltimore as well, just due to the fact that they got a chip on their back due to the playoffs. After that disappointing performance against Tennessee, they're gonna have to try to bounce back and learn from it. So I got that Baltimore by a touchdown.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee. I think both these teams are pretenders in the AFC, to be honest with you. So it's tough for me to pick either. I don't think that either one of them puts fear in another playoff team at this point. I think everyone thinks they kind of know how to slow down Lamar. You can't stop Lamar, but they know how to slow Lamar down enough. And I think the same thing with Tennessee. They know how to slow down Derrick Henry enough. So them going up against each other, it's really a toss-up for me. But I'm going to go Tennessee just because I think that they're due for a win, and Baltimore just hasn't looked hot to me.
Up next, we got Green Bay versus Indy.
Old man Rivers comes on again for one of our picks. I honestly don't know. This game might not be close. I don't think this game's gonna be close. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna just. I don't know. They look bad against Jacksonville on Sunday. They look bad. Green Bay looked really bad. So I think they're going to come out firing. I think they're going to come out firing on all cylinders. That Colts defense, I'll say it again, that Colts defense is good, man. Colts defense is real good. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to pick them apart. I think Devontae Adams is just too good, unguardable. I'll go 27-21 for Green Bay.
Indeed. We need that soul possession, fam. Need that soul possession, Indy. Let's go. This is your week. Do it again. You got to. Those DBs are really talented across the board. And they don't even have Malik Hooker either. Not even to mention him, like, and he was one of the main guys. But I think man, this is tough. This is going against Aaron Rodgers. But I gotta say Indy because I need the Saints to take sole possession. I think Indy by 3 to 7 points, they find a way. I got Indy on this one.
I feel like this game is gonna be one of those trap games that people don't expect a lot. I think it's gonna be how it's gonna go is Indy's gonna be up most of the game, and then Aaron Rodgers pulls off a miraculous comeback. So I'm gonna go Packers by 4.
Going Green Bay by double digits. I think Aaron Rodgers takes playing that close against a no-name quarterback last week real personal. I think he comes out and lights it up against old man Rivers and tells Rivers, you're going to have to match me if you're going to win this game. And Phillip Rivers is not going to be able to match Aaron Rodgers. And I think Aaron Jones gets back on track because Aaron Jones has not been Aaron Jones lately.
Yeah, he's been sleeping.
It's true.
Yawn.
I know the Colts defense is a hard team to get back on track against, though, especially for.
No, you're right, but I think it's gonna be a statement game because we've been playing like poop. So now let's do it against one of the better teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
In the next game, we have the LA Rams versus the Tampa Bay Bucks.
That's Monday night, prime time. I read an article just recently. It says Tom Brady.
Here come the stats.
Says Tom Brady
Yo,
goes
listen,
to bed.
a lot of people love your stats. There's a couple people that are like, yo, that guy that be spitting the stats. I really appreciate that.
Listen, man, let me tell you. I read an article recently that says Tom Brady goes to bed at 8 o'clock, 8 to 8:30 every night. Which you could tell when he plays in these night games, it looked like he's sleeping. What happened when he played against New Orleans? It looked like he was asleep.
What about the first game?
What first game?
The Saints? You saying both games he was asleep?
No. The game when they played Monday or against the Saints on Monday night.
Sunday night.
Or Sunday night. He was sleeping again in that game. It was a late night game.
You're onto something because Chicago, he forgot what down it was.
Yep.
Against the Giants, he looked like poop. I mean,
exactly.
Hey, he's old. He goes to bed
He goes to bed early.
Crazy.
All I'm saying is he looks like a completely different guy in his early window games than he does in his late night games. It's like old man Tom. You got to give him some milk and put him in bed. All I'm saying is the Rams are looking real good right now. So the defense is legit. Number 2 in the league. Legit. You put any wide receiver on Jalen Ramsey shuts him down. It's just DK Metcalf tearing the league up, tearing him up, and then he gets 2 catches, and one was in zone. Tearing him up. I don't know.
That's serious.
I don't know what's gonna happen. All I know is that a lot of people are picking the Bucks in this game because it's the Bucks and Tom Brady and Antonio Brown and all that jazz.
Wow.
I, for one, am not one of those people. It's gonna be the Rams. It's gonna be the Rams by 14. LA, baby. And it's gonna be a statement game. It's gonna say, shut these haters up. Shut Kenny, Phil, and Lawrence up.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Every game the rest of the week.
Hold on.
The rest of the year.
Listen. I'm with you on this one. Sole possession, baby. LA Rams by 14 plus. Sole possession. Get them out of here. Get them what? 4th loss? This is number 4, right? If they lose?
Give number 4.
Yeah, get them out of there. By 14, we got the Rams. Robert Woods and Kupp have a game because those corners cannot guard anybody. That defense, shout out to that front 7 that when they show up, because those DBs are dirt. Winfield, overrated. They love talking about him. You watch him in his coverage, he's all over the place. What is it? Dean or whatever? Dean is dirt. All you need to do is double moves on him all day, and you're open. All day.
And this is going to be payback game. Tom Brady in the Super Bowl beat the Rams. It's going to be payback.
Oh, my gosh.
And
payback.
Year,
how's it? Hold on. How's it payback when y'all were just poopy on everybody was poopy on offense?
And last year we played against the Bucks with famous Jameis, and they gave us a ass whooping. They smoked us last year. It wasn't even close.
So history says that
history says you're going to lose.
Going to lose.
History says this is going to be a payback game against this terrible Bucks organization and Bruce Arians with his stupid cap that he wears all the time.
Don't disrespect.
Shout out to Kango though.
Yeah,
Bruce
don't
Arians, the
disrespect
illest in the
Bruce.
game.
Aaron Donald's gonna get his sack on Tom Brady, that's for sure. And how about Leonard Floyd, NFC Defensive Player of the Week with 3 sacks against Seahawks? He's coming in hot. Like I said, Ramsey already.
I can't believe
Darius.
Chicago let him go.
Right.
He's like 6'6" and runs like a 4.4.
We'll take it, baby. And I said last week, I said A'Shaun Robinson is back. A'Shaun Robinson was back in full effect. He had 2 or 3 tackles for loss in his first game back. Man is a monster, and he's only 24 years old. He's a beast. Tom Brady, watch out. That's all I'm saying. Watch out. Antonio Brown's going to be throwing bikes and shit at more security cameras.
Oh,
after
don't
this
do
game.
that.
He's going to be upset. He's going to be throwing shit around. This game's over.
Well, after that speech, I'm going to go with the Bucks just to see his reaction. Also, the Rams do have a good defense, but the Bucks have way too many weapons. Gronk, Godwin, Evans, AB.
That is a valid point. That is a valid point.
Cover one person.
That's a valid point. I will say that.
If someone's getting locked up, go to the other 3. Or Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette. They have a lot of weapons. So I have them winning in a close game, probably by a late field goal or touchdown. So I'm going to go with Bucks by 4.
Speaking of weapons, Aqib Talib just put the Rams #1 on his no-fly zone rankings. #1, Aqib Talib in his podcast, just so everybody knows.
We keep talking about, the Bucks weapons, but at what point do they have to actually do something? like they're weapons on paper, but like what have they done? Antonio Brown, he's going to his 3rd or 4th. It's his 3rd week there. I mean, so okay, we can give him a little bit of credit. Godwin's been banged up. Mike Evans has been banged up. Leonard Fournette's been banged up. Ronald Jones been the only guy that's been full go. So I mean, we keep saying like they got these weapons. Do something then.
Right.
I mean, we're going into week 11, and I feel like we're still waiting for them to pop. It's week 11. You got to do something.
It's time.
Y'all, let me ask you something. Well, we on their weapons. Do y'all feel like Mike Evans is a complete receiver?
For sure.
Yeah, I think
sure.
Mike. I think.
Or is he just a 9-route guy? Because
no, he's for sure a complete receiver.
Because I think that Mike Evans is the reason why Johnny Manziel looked good in college. I think that he got Johnny Manziel drafted in the 1st round. I think he's a big reason why Jameis look. I mean, I think Jameis is talented as well, but I think he helped Jameis
for sure
over there.
Okay.
So I think that Mike Evans doesn't get enough credit, actually.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Mike Evans was, talked about like top 5 receiver in the league a couple years ago. Odell, obviously, DeAndre, Julio, and Mike Evans was up there. He was, he tore it up. 1,000-yard. He's a 1,000-yard guy almost every year.
Yeah.
Double-digit touchdowns too. The guy's a beast. He's definitely a complete receiver. He can do it all: catch, run, jump, fade route to him, deep route, doesn't matter. He's definitely a complete receiver.
Yeah, but so with all that being said, I'm going with the Rams. I never bought into the
enough
Bucs
is enough.
Right. Well, the thing before the season started, I said that I didn't think they were going to do that great. They got up to a little hot start, so you kind of had to eat crow for a little bit and say, "Damn, maybe I was wrong." But I don't know. I think that they're coming back down to earth now, and they're looking like they looked last year. They're a good football team. They're just not the best team that everyone wanted them to be.
They did almost just put up 50 on Carolina last week.
No, right, but it's Carolina. Let's not act like Carolina are world beaters either.
Yeah,
Carolina had I'm just throwing it out there. Carolina's the same thing. They got up to a little hot start and everyone, oh, Carolina, they played Kansas City close. Okay, we got to win football games. They can't do that. So
they're right now, that Bucs locker room is praying for that bye week to come. They're praying every week they walk in that facility.
I think so too.
And then you got to come back next week, and guess who you got to see?
Who?
A homeboy.
Oof,
that's gonna be crazy.
And then they're gonna be like, "Oh man, I can't wait for this bye week. I can't wait."
This could be a 1-win.
And you know what that means? Six losses.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
this could be a downslope here.
10-6.
That's what I'm saying.
See you later. They're gonna finish 10. They're gonna finish 10-6, and so are the Falcons, and we're gonna sweep them. That means we're gonna get to the last playoff spot. That's a different story. That means you gotta beat the Saints twice.
Right, so like I said, we're gonna finish 10-6.
Come on, bro. You
going
listen.
Go.
What's the next game, man?
Game of the week, our game of the week specifically in this.
Hate week.
This is the 5th game that we said.
It's the last and final game right here.
Here we go.
Let them go first, Lawrence. Let them pick first.
I'll go first. Let me start us off here. The Saints or as I like to call them, the Aints.
Mm,
Well, they don't got Noodle Arm. He's out. But
Hold
this
on.
might
I thought he didn't matter that much
this
because
might
he's
actually
SpongeBob
help them.
arm.
This
Right.
might actually help them. SpongeBob arm being out might actually help them. First off, shout out to Drew Brees. Played with a crack rib in this game, by the way. He had a crack rib in the game
5
before.
cracked ribs.
5. The dude is a
clap
beast.
one.
Old man, beast. But anyways, this game is going to be a real good game. And it's going to show me a lot about both these teams. If the Falcons, let's say the Falcons do something crazy at the end to make a run. Let's just say they do. They got to start right here. If they really want to do this shit, I mean, they look good at the beginning of the year. They could have been 5-0. They could have been 6-0. They could have. Honestly,
But are they?
No, they're not.
Okay.
But let me get to my pick. The Saints are going to look completely different without Noodle Arm. Slant guys back. The defense is hot.
Different how? Different
in a good way.
in a good way.
Different in a good way. They're going to be
Meaning
able to
the ball can go
the ball's gonna
past.
Right, they're
travel.
gonna be able to throw the ball 20
the ball's
yards.
going to travel past 5 yards. It's going to be a 10-yard routes they can actually run now. But
He said
I think
10-yard routes. We need to stop this nonsense.
I think the
Stop
Falcons. I think the
disrespecting, bro.
Falcons are too hot. And
Yup.
I don't think anybody's going to catch Julio. I think Todd Gurley's going to run it up because he's got the Saints number, always has been. All right, I'm going to go
Speak on it, King.
Atlanta 21, New Orleans 17. Jameis throws 3 picks in the game.
Speak on it, King.
3 picks, Jameis. Famous
3 of them things.
3 picks.
Not 1, not 2. You see right there,
3?
Dion. Woo!
3?
You know what Jameis's last pass was in an Atlanta Falcons game? A pick 6 to Deion Jones to end the season.
And what team was he on?
Doesn't matter.
It does
Same
matter.
division. Doesn't matter.
New
Same
year,
division.
New Year. Wait, what we say every January 1st? New year, new me. Yeah, let's go.
Actually, I'm glad Kenny actually brought that up because I was going to bring that up with my pick. Jameis Winston's last touchdown pass was to the Falcons for a pick 6. So obviously,
Bo.
he's going to have some motivation there against the Falcons. So there's already some chalkboard stuff for him to go off of this week. But with that being said, I'm going to have to go with the Saints this week. Off of what Neil said.
Yeah, let's go, man.
Off of what Neil said, Jameis Winston starting for the Saints could be a good thing. He's gonna air it out more because we all know he's not scared to air it out, even though it might be a turnover or 2. So expect Michael Thomas to absolutely destroy the Falcons secondary this game. This is his game to show off, to remind people who he is. So I'm gonna have to go with it's gonna be close, but Michael Thomas is gonna have over 100 receiving yards. Because Jameis Winston is also going to try to air it out more because that's the go-to guy on the passing offense. So I'm going to go with probably Saints by a late touchdown.
So that's interesting you said that, right? So how's he going to get down there if he's just slant boy?
He's going to have to show more than slants, which he's capable of.
He's a box type of receiver. He can't run any other route. So how's he going to run a vertical? He just runs slants.
Right. Hey. We know how sus that Falcon secondary is, so he's probably gonna
There's no I can't even name anybody. Is True Font still there?
Hell no, that boy in Detroit now. He blowing leads in Detroit.
Oh, I thought he became like a DB coach or some shit. I swear I saw him on the sideline. Like I thought he was a DB coach.
That's old boy Kenny right there. That's our equipment manager.
Oh, okay.
Put some respect on the goat's name.
I have
right.
having surprise performance this week, so I got.
Before you pick, Lawrence, and before you pick, Kenny, just a couple stats. I'm just gonna throw a couple stats out there for everybody listening. All right, I got some stats for you.
All right.
The over/under is 50 in this game. I'm betting the over for sure. The over all day.
Yeah.
New Orleans is favored by 5 points. I'm betting against that. I'm betting for Atlanta to cover that for sure because I pick Atlanta to win. So I'm honestly going like a projected score here of like 30 to 35 possibly. New Orleans is not good against the spread, just so everybody knows. And the Falcons are good against the spread. And since Dan Quinn left, Falcons are 3-1. Right, Kenny? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And I'm just saying, the spreads, the bets, Vegas doesn't lie. Just throwing that out there. Just some
Also,
stats.
I have Jameis Winston starting this week, so I'm a little biased. Just a heads up, just a little.
Just a little.
Actually, I take that back. Both teams are terrible against the spread. They're both 4-5 against the spread.
Nah, yeah. Stop putting fake news out there. Appreciate you.
He corrects it at least.
Kenny. Lawrence, you want to pick it up?
I'll let Kenny go first. You want me to go first, Kenny?
Go ahead, sir.
All right, I'll go first. We talk about this every single year. We go back and forth every single year. One of these games are going to come down to a field goal, but it's not this one. It's just not this one. It's not. Saints are going to sweep the series this year. I don't care who you guys coach is. I don't care if you're 3-1. Since whoever took over, who is the coach? Like
please don't disrespect Raheem Morris like that.
Raheem, I saw him. He had some good interviews and shit. I listened to him a little bit, but I was just kidding right there. I know who it was, but I just had to get you triggered a little bit.
I know you did.
But for me, I think this game is like Mill said, is a game where the playbook can get opened up a little bit more as far as the short and intermediate turns to longer passes. I think Traquan Smith will be able to take the top off down the field a little bit more because I think him and Sanders are probably the fastest receivers we got. And then you got Callaway too. Callaway's he's decent, but I don't know about his speed yet. But I think Calvin and Julio, they have games, but I feel like it's not enough to win the game. I don't because obviously they're gonna eat regardless. They're gonna eat, and Lattimore may be out for this game, so that has me a little bit concerned.
Just
has me concerned just a little bit. I don't know quite yet, but I think he'll be all right. I think he took some time off in the last game where he just sat down. But
as of like 12 o'clock today, he was not listed as out or doubtful. So he may be questionable, but he's not listed as out or doubtful. Yeah,
he's been battling hamstring, I think, the whole season or whatever, since like week 2 or 3. But I'll say all of that. Jameis is starting. Have I said anything bad about Jameis? I don't think I have.
That's the crab leg thing.
No, that was this guy that said that. I was just mocking what he said. But the W's, listen, he gonna be eating them W's, bro. Listen, I like Jameis as a pickup. We get to see what he can do. I'm not gonna complain or harp on what he did with the Bucks. Everybody know he was 30 for 30 ESPN. That's perfectly fine with me. That means that he's not afraid to take risks, take the big shots or whatever it is. And I haven't seen that since probably the last time I seen a long shot down the field. I think it was against the Rams when Marcus Peters was looking at the jumbotron as Mike Thomas ran past him. I think that's the last long pass I seen.
I think Taysom Hill had to throw it to, right?
No. It was Drew. It was Drew.
But that was a nice
terrible
play to
technique.
Gumbo. Nice play to Gumbo on that play, Marcus Peters.
But I think, like I said, I think the Saints take this. I don't think. Obviously, Drew's gone. And another thing is, we got to think about what happened in the offseason. A lot of them are like, they're like, fuck him. Like, Kamara, Mike Thomas is like, yeah, like, finally, we get to play. But Sean Payton always got good things to say about Jameis. On the interviews that I watch, I get the daily live notifications when they go live and they talk. So he has good things about Jameis and everything. I think he's gonna have a good game plan. If he just plays within himself and doesn't try to do any crazy shit, I think it's a good move for the Saints to have him on the roster. And I think the Saints win this by at least 10.
Hang on, they're announcing the first pick here in the NBA draft. Anthony Edwards went to Minnesota, in case anybody's interested here.
Yep.
But now to the real news here. Lawrence.
Come on, man.
So you're telling me your number one DB is not 100%, and you still think that that's going to be okay against the best receiver duo in the NFL? Who are you going to put against them? Yes, Neil, they're the best receiver duo. I'm taking Julio and Calvin Ridley over Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods, and it's not close.
I would too.
Anyways, Julio's going for 100+. Kelvin's going for 100+. And you know what? I'm not sure if it's going to be Russell Gage or Hayden Hurst, but one of them are going for 100+. We're going to torch that defense. Todd Gurley is going to have 2 rushing touchdowns. It's going to be a beautiful thing. I can't wait to see your look on his face next week on the podcast when you have to tell me, Kenny, you were right. You beat us, and we stink.
Oh.
Because that's what's going to happen. We're going to torch that secondary, and you're gonna have to find a way to explain to the people why you thought that their secondary was gonna be okay against these great receivers. You have Mike Thomas with Jameis Winston now, and everyone, yes, okay, now Mike Thomas can run down the field, Jameis can throw it. But let's remember, when Jameis throws the ball downfield, he happens to throw a lot of interceptions. Doesn't matter if the defense is that great or not. He threw 30 of them last year. He didn't play against 16 great defenses. He's bound to throw more. The Falcons are right. The Falcons defense is not great. They're actually probably terrible. But with Raheem Morris, they're average. That's all you got to do is be average against Jameis Winston. That's all you need. Our offense is prolific, and our defense is going to play average, and we're going to win this game by double digits. We're going to win this thing by 14. We're going to make you guys wish that you never stepped on the field with us. And, you know, Jameis, you know what? We're going to do Jameis so filthy that Taysom Hill is going to be your starter next week because Sean Payton is not going to want to put him back out there.
Oh,
damn.
You know
Drew
what?
Brees is going to be calling the doctors. He's going to be calling the doctors, demanding cortisone shots to get back on the field because he's going to say, I got to get him out of here.
I can't wait to clip this. I can't wait to clip this. I can't wait to clip this.
I don't know, but
I cannot wait. I'm fucking telling you, you're gonna wish that you never just did that. I swear to God, I'm clipping that. It's going everywhere.
My space everywhere.
We keep talking about Jameis, which honestly, he's probably gonna throw 30 passes, but this is gonna be the Alvin Kamara show. 100%.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot to tell you. The Falcons have a top 6 rush defense in the NFL. We can't go. Our pass defense might be doo-doo, but our run defense, yeah, top 6 in the NFL.
Well, what does he do best? He catches the ball. So
yeah, but Jameis don't throw checkdowns. In Drew Brees' offense, he's perfect.
Oh, he's gonna throw the ball. Kamara's gonna be highlighted. Sean Payton will take him off the field if you don't get number 41 the ball. I swear to God.
You know who will throw that ball to him? Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill will throw him that ball.
He will throw that ball.
Listen, if he's doing stupid shit, I'm all for taking him out. See you later. And if Taysom Hill gets in, I'm gonna pray. But I don't see Taysom Hill being the gadget player here in case Winston gets hurt. So I think it's gonna be Jameis. He's gonna have to actually play because I don't think Sean Payton's gonna be like, oh, go play fullback, tight end, wide receiver, wildcat, and then Jameis gets hurt, and then now Taysom Hill is hurt because he's playing 3 quarters playing wildcat. So that's the only thing I'm kind of I don't. It really don't matter to me. I know the Saints is gonna win. I don't know how they're gonna win. They're gonna win though. Like,
I mean, I'm glad you have such confidence.
All the DBs got to do is do not let any defensive pass interference calls happen and get a couple deflections and breakups. That's all I ask. Not every single one.
You're acting like they're not going up against an all-time great in Julio Jones.
Hold on. I didn't say that. I literally said all they need to do is get a couple. I didn't say every one.
But that's what everyone says every week when they go up against Julio Jones. We just got it's not just that simple. You're going up against an all-time great receiver.
I understand that. And hold on, wasn't something just in my memories? You guys won the last game. It was what, 26-9?
26-9, yeah.
What week was that?
That was right before Thanksgiving, just around the same time.
Around the same time. Was that the second time we played?
That was the first time we played.
First time, okay. All right. And then what happened the second time?
Second time you guys beat us, but it was a close game.
What was the score?
We lost by 1 possession because we had an onside kick and we had a drive to go down and try to tie the game up.
What happened to Julio Jones in that game?
I don't remember the stats off the top of my head, my friend.
I think he got
play.
Did he play? No, he had to play because I think it was last year when
Thanksgiving. I'm not sure he played. I'll be honest with you.
I'm talking
because
about the
Russell
second
Gage
game.
was featured. Yeah, that was Thanksgiving. We played on Thanksgiving.
Ooh, I gotta look this up. Because I believe Julio was getting absolutely boomed in that game. and I
Yeah,
think
I don't see any stats for
we
Julio.
took him out the game.
Yeah, Julio didn't play.
He didn't play.
Yeah, I don't see stats popping up.
He was out on Thanksgiving.
So what was it? The first game that we played you guys?
Well, if it was the first game, we beat you 26-9 without Julio doing well. Doesn't really bode well for you, so I wouldn't brag about that.
There was a game last year where Julio fumbled, and I definitely remember it. But anyway,
Speaking of Julio, he's got
Yeah.
137 and 97 in his last 2 games.
yeah,
And being away for Atlanta is actually bodes pretty well for them because they have covered the spread in all but 1 of their last 8 away
enough
games.
of this Vegas talk.
All but 1. So they're 8-1 against the spread in their away games. And this is an away game for them.
Inspired by True Events podcast listeners, let me give you your picks for the week. Atlanta money line and the over. Atlanta money line and the over.
For sure.
What are we putting on it? You wanna put a wager on this?
I told you I'm a guy.
Wait.
I told you.
He
I
just
told
does
you.
push-ups. That's all he
Right,
does.
he only bets
He only does
push-ups.
push-ups.
But I already told him I'm a God-fearing man, so I don't bet against teams that have holy relics in their name because it's just not fair. Like I'm not just betting
You
against
gotta
teams, I'm
have
betting
faith in
against
your
the Lord.
team.
I do have faith in my team, but I also have faith in the Lord Jesus
When
Christ
the Saints
himself.
go
And
marching
I don't
in,
believe
man.
in that.
When
I
the
don't
Saints
believe
go
in betting
marching
against
in.
the Lord.
Stop it.
Oh,
Especially on
man.
the Lord's Day on Sundays. No, sir. You will not catch me slipping.
All right, but yo, you're funny. Going from there, man, we had one of the best games this year. I felt like I'd have missed a lot of the games. I caught this one probably in the third quarter for a little bit. So we had the Cardinals and the Bills. Did anybody watch that game? Did you guys tap into that? Was that game of the week?
Sir.
It was played like the game of the week.
Right.
Fox's game of the week was Rams at Seattle.
Yes.
Or
yeah,
Seattle
true.
at Rams, sorry.
Makes sense.
Yep.
So what y'all think of that game and the statements that were made on both sides from both the quarterbacks?
Well, I'll tell you what, both quarterbacks look like they could be MVP candidates for sure. Both of them. I think Arizona for sure definitely looks like playoff contender. Like they could do real damage in the playoffs. And Buffalo looks like if it wasn't for Pittsburgh and Kansas City, they could be the team to beat over there for sure. Mm-hmm. Neither team has that good of a defense, but I don't know. I definitely didn't expect Cole Beasley to do Cole Beasley things. That's for sure. I mean, he went off that game. By the way, Cole Beasley can dunk. Just so anybody knows, Cole Beasley can dunk basketball. His man's a beast.
He's an athlete.
But Bad Toddler's a problem on the feet and with the arm. My man is a beast. Scary being in the NFC West right now for sure. With Arizona doing what they're doing, DeAndre Hopkins is crazy. You still got Larry Fitzgerald, who's kind of at the end of his year, at the end of his career, but he can still catch and he can still coordinate.
Reliable.
He can still coordinate a 2-minute drive. That's for sure. Man gets the ball from the ref like faster than anybody I've ever seen. He just steals the ball from the ref, puts it in the field. But yeah, it was a crazy good game. I'm definitely glad I got to watch it. I feel bad for people that bet on that game because it was back and forth. They must have changed their shirts a bunch of times, sweating like crazy. Both teams look like they could be dangerous people in the playoffs. If you don't want to play against neither of them if they make the playoffs, for sure.
Yeah, I think it was. You could really call it like a statement game from both teams because they're both really good teams that are going to be in it. I'd say they're going to both probably make a deep run in the playoffs, and they held their own against each other. I mean, I just think it was really a big statement game for Kyler Murray because people are really they are starting to give him his recognition. Everyone always knew he was good, but like I said, it was MVP, and everyone was like, "Haha, Kyler Murray MVP." But now, like, it's gaining traction. Like the kid is phenomenal. You gave him DeAndre Hopkins, so he has his deep threat. He makes things happen on the ground. He's just the things that he can do is crazy. We saw Lamar do it last year. This year, it's the Kyler Murray show. And just watching him play that game, he showed you, I'm more than just a runner. I'm more than just a passer. Like you have to stop me. Like you have to take me out of the game. Even if because there's been games where Diop hasn't done much, and Kyler Murray still wills the Cardinals to win the game. So it's just impressive to see. And Josh Allen, same thing on the other side with Buffalo. Everyone coming out of college, they shouldn't have taken him. He's going to be a project. He's not. Josh Allen looks like he's probably I mean, other than Lamar Jackson, and even this year, it probably looks better than him, but he looks like he's probably the best quarterback out of that draft class. I think both quarterbacks made a statement, and I think that they're going to both carry their teams deep to the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it was a really good game. You can see how those teams have been built over the years, and then kind of to see how the Cardinals are. They got Kirk, you got Fitz, you got D-Hop. Who's their tight end? Is it tight end Dan Arnold?
Yeah,
he's with the Saints. He's in there. Is he the starter? He looks like he is.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think he is.
Yeah, because he was making some plays in that game. But and the crazy thing is for the Cardinals, they don't even have their best player. Like Chandler Jones is out for the year. Like, and that's just nuts.
And Corey
Peters, think about, huh?
Corey Peters is as well.
Oh yeah, the D tackle. Yep. But yeah, it was. I think it was a crazy game to watch those two go back and forth and battle. Coming down to the last second, and D-Hop showing why he personally feels he the best in the league. Some people may disagree, some people may agree, but it was crazy to see him make that play. That should never happen. I would have been beating up the DBs that were down in the end zone. 100%.
They run into each other. That was the problem. That dude came running over and he hit the guy in front of D-Hop, and that's why he didn't have a chance at that.
I don't know why you don't just locate the ball.
Just go slap the ball down.
Listen, worst case scenario, if you really think you're going to get beat like that, just tackle him in midair and make them have to score from the 1 yard line.
Exactly. What are they going to do? A fade route? The least successful play in NFL history is a fade route in the end zone. Let them do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this game said more. Even though the Bills lost, it said a lot about them. Everyone was saying, "Oh, the defense isn't all that," or Josh Allen is inaccurate. But you can see from that last dime to Stephon Diggs that Josh Allen is indeed improving his accuracy. So if he gets even better and the Bills defense gets a little bit better too, they can be a serious contender to the Steelers and Chiefs. So.
But also dark horse. I mean, like everyone is kind of just conceded, like, "Oh, this is the Bills are going to win their division." Miami right there. I just want to throw that out there. Like, let's not sleep on. Yeah, let's not sleep on Miami.
6-3. What? 6-3.
2 a time.
Yeah. Behind, right?
Hey, you would know too. You would know 2 a time.
2 a time.
Yeah, you would know.
They didn't do shit against me. I ain't worried about him.
Oh, shout out to LaMelo Ball, number 3 overall to Charlotte.
Oh man.
Oh, Mike gave him the blessing. Said,
"Wow, that's crazy." Now I got your son.
Yeah, Mike gave the blessing.
But yeah.
Speaking of that game, Arizona rushed for 200 yards in that game. Kenyon Drake had 100, Murray had 61, and Chase Edmond had 56. 200 yards rushing against Buffalo's a stout defense that they have.
Yeah, pretty impressive. So going from there, the NFC West is just on fire right now. We kind of gave them the crown as probably one of the best divisions in football.
The best division in football.
One of the best divisions in football. How they compete. What do y'all think about Seattle's decline?
Expected.
And do we? My thing is, right. So there's what, 16 games in the season. We're about week 10, week 11, and we're saying it's a decline right now at 6-3.
It's expected. Their offense.
No, I'm asking you. Are we labeling it as a decline?
For sure, they lost. For sure,
I mean,
they turned the ball over 10
they've
times.
They've lost 2 in a row and they don't look good. Like, so
who did they lose?
I get what you're saying. It's
Buffalo
they lost
and the Rams.
And right.
And
so I mean, they're two. Right, exactly. They've lost all good teams. Right. I think it's how they
teams.
No, you're right. You're 100%. But I think it's how they look when they lose.
It's how they lose. They
like
got Russell Wilson points in the game against the Rams. 16 points.
Russell Wilson has been the MVP in every game except for those 3. And again, if you weren't Russell Wilson, we'd be bashing him for it because you can't play like that and be an MVP. I think that's just nice guy Russ. No one ever wants to say anything bad about him, I feel like. But if he's any other quarterback in the league and does that, we're talking about it every day. And we're saying, Seattle has 6 wins, but are they really that good? Like, literally, we had the same conversation about the Rams a couple weeks ago. They had only a couple losses, but we said, well, who'd they beat, blah, blah, blah. So you got to make this. You can make the same argument for Seattle.
Myself that.
No, right, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that if
you're gonna beat them, still gotta win.
If you're gonna say it about the Rams, if we've been saying, me and you have been saying about the Bucks, maybe it's time to have the same conversation about the Seahawks.
Listen, right now, the way it's looking, it looks like one of y'all, well, two of y'all in that division are gonna have to face each other
That's
in
fine.
the playoffs.
Listen, 3 years ago, the Rams swept the NFC West. I'm not worried about anybody in that division.
How Seattle played in the beginning of the year, it looks like a decline.
It's not 2 years ago.
It
It's
don't matter.
2020.
I mean,
It
they played well.
matters.
They played well in the beginning of the year, but then as of like the last 3 games, they've been like falling off. But it's a whole season. They can go off the first couple games, decline a little bit, and come back up to get ready for the playoffs. So
it's very tough for any you like. No, you've been a part of teams like playing the whole season. This is not on the highest level, but maintaining dominance.
That's hard. It's definitely hard. I mean, especially when you have the number
That shit
one
is-
scoring offense and everybody's talking about Russ is cook, let Russ cook. He's the MVP. You have those high expectations for a team. So anything less than that is going to be considered a decline by anybody that's analyzing your team. But I mean, it's different when you're losing games that when you're losing games in the aspect that you're losing them by, like you're supposed to be close or win these games and you're getting beat bad. Like they were supposed to win in Buffalo, they got beat bad. They were supposed to. I don't know if they were favored against the Rams, but it was close, and it was a manhandling. If they kicked a last second field goal to make it a 1-score game, but it really wasn't close. And Russell Wilson is turning the ball over like crazy. He threw more completions to a Rams cornerback, Darius Williams, than he had to DK Metcalf, or the same amount. I'm sorry. He had 2 interceptions to Darius Williams, and DK Metcalf had 2 receptions. He's turning the ball over, man. They gotta get that man some help on the run game. Ever since Chris Carson went down, that's when their team started to hit that down roller coaster.
Yeah, you're gonna.
I was just gonna say, like we're calling it a decline too, but we also got to take into consideration Chris Carson's been out and Carlos Hyde's been out, and Penny's been out. So they've been playing with 4th, 5th, and 6th string running backs too. So they have been on a decline. They have been on a decline, but they also have been decimated in the running back position.
Yeah,
What were you saying, Lawrence?
I said, but then again, like everybody's saying, the running back don't matter. The running backs value is low, but hey,
you need a running back in the NFL, especially when you're playing against defenses like the Rams, where you're just gonna get if you leave a one aspect team to the Rams defense, you're not gonna score. You're just not going to. We can drop back in coverage, and we can cover any team in the NFL. You're not going to score. You got to be able to hurt us on the ground or something. It doesn't matter. I mean, that was apparent in that game. It was Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, probably the 2 hottest wide receivers in the league going into that game. They are taking the league by storm for sure, and they got absolutely shut down. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Shut the fuck down. Shut down completely. Like, if you didn't know who DK Metcalf was and you watched that game, you still wouldn't know who the motherfucker was because you didn't even see him. The only time you saw him on the TV was when he was upset because he didn't get a target. Shut down. And how about this? We sacked Russell Wilson 6 times. Aaron Donald didn't have a sack. That's just how scary that defense is. We had 6 sacks in that game, and Aaron Donald didn't have 1.
Listen, I just want all of this, everything you're saying when the playoffs come, and everything that you said gets a hole poked in it. And then watch your face as I break this film up and clip it.
That's
everything you're saying right now. We're unstoppable. Any one-dimensional team.
I want you to go back to last week, and I want you, Kenny and Lawrence, to clip and run that shit on a loop. Oh, I can't wait to see DK lowboy your cornerbacks. Yeah, I don't know. Those wide receivers in Seattle are really gonna torch that defensive back.
Hey man, he got the best of them. That was my judgment of that game or that matchup.
Yeah. Listen, Neil,
because your boy was your boy's getting routed up by Mooney. Mooney was routing him.
That game was over. Taylor was going for the pick 6.
Oh my god,
he was going for it,
and
he didn't get it.
I'm not trying to hear that, bro.
I will eat crow and say I was wrong. I was very wrong. I'm willing to say it. I was very wrong.
The stats are clear.
I'm man enough to say it. He locked him down, put him on clamps. It happens. Sometimes I'm wrong.
But you got to remember, I'm watching the Bears game, and I'm seeing the shit on the screen. He's reaching, and that wide receiver is teaching him he's treating him every route.
It was like 3 routes. Don't get carried away.
No.
It was like 3 routes.
It should be 0. It should be 0.
It didn't matter. He didn't catch one of them.
Zero.
He didn't catch a single. He didn't catch a pass.
Because Foles is his quarterback.
Okay, so you don't think that goes into your mind?
I could have made that pass.
Listen, all I'm saying is a couple weeks ago I said the Rams would win out and win the division.
Yeah, they ain't gonna win out still.
They're 1-0 so far,
bro.
I'm just saying they're 1-0.
Stop.
Yeah,
and
right.
Me and
1-0.
me and Kenny got him going. Me, Kenny, and you, Lawrence, got him going 2-0 after Monday.
Yeah.
And then it's nothing. We play the Jets, and it's division play. It's division after that.
Yeah, but you gotta play.
Yeah, you ain't gonna sweep the division.
Yeah, you gotta play the whole.
We already can't sweep the division. We lost to the 49ers, but we'll sweep the Seahawks, and we'll.
So I'm saying you're gonna sweep them the rest of the way.
We will, baby. Don't you worry. You'll see. The number 2 defense in the league. Let me just say that number 2 defense in the league.
I'm glad this came all the way back to the Rams.
Always, you know,
it's always gonna happen because he has to justify in his mind.
I can't stand the hate. Show some respect.
Wait, it's not hate. We were talking about the decline in Seattle. You brought this up.
Show some respect for the boys. Show some respect.
Wait, but Lawrence and I literally picked them this week. We both admitted that we were wrong, that Jalen locked up DK.
It's constant disrespect.
Disrespectful would be if we said, no, we weren't wrong. He didn't lock him up. No, Mike, that would be disrespect.
So did what's the name travel all week last week?
Who?
Did he travel on DK the whole time?
Except for one play he was in zone, but it was man the whole rest of the time.
So that means they just blitzed the shit out of Russ.
No. We have the 32 ranked defense in blitzing. We didn't blitz at all. We rushed with 4.
Disrespect.
Yeah, exactly. Just let them.
Oh man.
Yeah, we didn't even double. It was single coverage, 1-on-1, mano y mano. And what happened, DK? And you know what's funny? I think Jalen Ramsey knows about this. I think it was during the Super Bowl last year. They went on the Barstool podcast, Aaron Donald and DK Metcalf. And they asked DK, which obviously any wide receiver is going to say this, but like, who can you be any cornerback 1-on-1? And he was like, yeah, it could be any cornerback. Doesn't even matter. And Aaron Donald was like, even Jalen Ramsey? And he was like, doesn't even matter. He's like, let me FaceTime Jalen Ramsey right now. And I think Jalen took a little bit personal, a little bit to the heart.
Yeah. What is he supposed to say?
Exactly though. That's
if I'm in the room with AD, and he got Jalen Ramsey as his teammate. I'm gonna cook him too. Like when we play, I'm not gonna be like, oh, Jalen Ramsey gonna lock me up.
But I'm just saying it definitely has a little bit of extra motivation for Jalen to shut him down in that game.
You talking about when they had the pizza or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when they ordered the pizza or whatever. Yeah,
I think I watched that.
Yeah, it was a good interview, especially.
Bro, he's a talented receiver.
No, for sure, and he's definitely gonna be one of the best wide receivers in the game.
But the crazy thing is about this, they gotta keep seeing each other. So there's no way Jalen Ramsey wins that battle every single matchup.
Listen, they actually went up to each other after the game and talked because Jalen was like he dapped him up. It was all respect after the game, and Jalen said he talked to him after the game. He was like, listen, we got these battles coming for years to come. He's like, just let's keep going. Basically, he said, let's just keep going. Because Jalen's got a max. Jalen's got 5 years or 6 years, and DK's a baby still. So it's gonna be fun a couple of years for sure. We'll see again. Week 16, we go to Seattle. We'll see it again. We'll see what happens.
They knock you out of the playoffs.
Oh man, we'll be way ahead of them by then.
The DK revenge game.
The DK revenge game.
The playoffs are 2 different beasts.
That's true. That's true.
Oh man. But so going from there, we got what's going on with y'all fantasy landscape? Let's get into the heat.
I won this week.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm glad one of you guys.
Kenny, I had to win in your league, man. I had to do it.
I broke a 7-game losing streak.
Oh my! What are you 4-7?
No.
4 and 6. What?
3 and 7.
Yeah.
3 and 7.
Yikes!
Yeah, I'm 3-7 in one, and 4-6 in the other. But I'm only still in the league. I'm 4-6, and I'm 1 game out of the playoffs. The league, I'm 3-7, and I'm 2 games out. So like, it still ain't over. It's still crazy. Like I'm not dead.
No, not dead.
I just got Nick Chubb back. Like I'm not dead yet.
He's played really well.
and he could have got me 11 more points if he decided to go in the end zone. Listen, but I got to ask you guys a question.
Todd Gurley.
But let me. His made no sense because
No
you're up a
sense.
field goal. So
Just
if he
score.
scores a touchdown, you're up by 2 possessions.
Exactly.
That
just
one.
score.
Okay. I thought maybe I was just tripping because he was on my fantasy team, but that one made no sense to me.
No sense.
You go up 2 possessions. He must have been playing himself in fantasy. I'm telling you.
No.
Somebody he was going up against himself in fantasy because there ain't no reason why you go out at the 1 yard line there. If anything, you could have cost your team because now let's say something happens to snap, they take it back.
Did you see the punt they did? The fake field goal. They basically Houston lined up for a field goal, and then the kicker got it on a direct snap and punted it when he could have tied. He could have tied the game up. Did I see that?
Hell no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was like a 30-yard. It's like 35-yard field goal.
But
I was confused.
Speaking of that game, just to touch on that game real quick, what is wrong with Houston? Like, what is wrong with them? I understand they got rid of DeAndre Hopkins and Deshaun Watson has no offensive line, but
I don't know why. I don't know why he signed to that team. He has no future.
Did he sign to that team before or after they got rid of DeAndre Hopkins? Does anybody know?
Before?
Yeah,
I thought it was after.
It was before. It was after.
It was after. It was after.
Oh, no, it was, yeah, because that was the
after,
home. Yeah.
I don't know why he signed back. Because once you get literally give D Hop away.
That's literally like buying a car with a bad title on it, like a salvage title.
Right.
He traded the picks away too.
Yeah,
you're right. You're not 100% correct. But what Watson's probably thinking is they're gonna franchise tag him for 2 years anyways. If he
might as well get paid.
Yeah, that's how that's what the franchise tag rules need to change because if he doesn't accept their deal, he's still going to be there for 7 years regardless.
Right.
He's got to take their franchise tag for 2 years, and if he don't play, then he don't get paid. And it impacts his free agency.
I mean, it's not all bad there though. You know, they got Laramie Tunsil. They have David Johnson when he can stay healthy. Speaking of the decline, man, David Johnson went from being number 1 to I don't even know where he's at now, man. That was crazy. But he's got no wide receivers now either.
He's got Will Fuller, so he's got to be thinking.
Will Fuller's hurt all the time.
No, I know. Yeah, but I'm just trying to think if I'm Deshaun Watson. And Houston comes to me and offers me the bag like they did him. Like, what am I telling myself to make me stay? Right. Like, okay, this is more money than I've ever seen. I do still have, like I said, I have Laramie Tunsil. Okay, JJ's on the other side of the ball.
That's true.
I do still have Will Fuller. Maybe I can convince one of my buddies to come here in free agency to catch balls from me. Like that. That's all I can think of because other than that, I don't know.
Loyalty, I guess. It really depends. I don't know what he's thinking at the moment.
So are we? I mean, is Houston thinking? I mean, they fired Bill O'Brien and they pretty much cleaned house over there. But I mean, now they're not winning games either way now. So
yeah, right, and they don't have draft picks, so it's not like you can you're tanking to give the Dolphins a better pick.
Yeah, that's true.
Bill O'Brien just screwing over the organization.
And then the Dolphins are gonna get better. Yikes!
Oh,
right. What's gonna kill them is like if I'm a GM or I'm a head coach candidate, Houston's on the bottom of my list this offseason. Like Atlanta's gonna have an opening. The Jets most likely will have an opening. Like I'm not going to Houston. You have no future assets. Like what am I? I'm going there to lose for the next 3 years. Like cool, I got Deshaun Watson. Nice.
Yeah. Right.
That's it.
I said this last year. Bill O'Brien should have been fired after the Chiefs game. Either that or
24-0 in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was bad.
He should have lost his job that the week after or after the game.
That's right. They went deep in the playoffs too. They went deep in the playoffs last year, and they got one win.
So blame Bill O'Brien for Kansas City winning the Super Bowl.
I don't care. Patrick, it was bound to happen. I'm just glad it wasn't against the Rams.
Yeah, but if he does his job, they don't ever come back. Shit is crazy. But so what's going on with y'all fantasy? Winning, losing, playoffs, no playoffs.
It's crazy because Kenny, we talked about this last week when we mentioned fantasy. One thing that drives me nuts is like we were talking about. If you look at the teams not in the playoffs and like that's the bottom half of the league, like they got low scoring total points, right? Like they put up the lowest of the league. But then you got me. I've put up almost 1,300 points, and I'm not in the playoffs. Like that is crazy. It's just insane. Definitely, I like your idea of switching up, the fantasy rules and stuff. That is definitely unique. We have to do that for sure.
Well, and my ESPN league, I just got knocked out of playoff contention, so that's great. And I'm the commissioner, so
Oh shit.
Better, but in my Yahoo
Draft
league,
better.
in the middle, I did draft better. I had Mahomes, Aaron Jones, and James Robinson. I just made some dumbass trades in the beginning of the year, in the middle of the year. So
I went back today to look at my teams and see how I drafted.
yeah,
And like one of my teams, there's 16 rounds in a fantasy draft, right? 16 rounds. 10 of my players are either no longer on my team or on IR or have been hurt at some point for a long period of time.
that's how
Like
my
so,
Yahoo team is.
so like we can't you can't say draft better when it's not my
There's nothing you
fault
can
that
do.
these guys go out at that point. Like
Nothing you can do.
Only guys I've lost is what Kittle, Sutton. Who else I lose? Christian, but Christian's back now. I'm talking about like fully out. Those are the only two that I've had injury because Kittle only played 2 weeks so far.
I drafted
Right.
that.
Like he only played 2-3 weeks, right?
He was
Yeah,
hurt on
'cause
and off the whole year.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
like Kittle wasn't Kittle this year. Like I drafted
Yeah.
him in the 3rd round in both of my leagues, thinking I was like getting a number 1 receiver pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
He only played. He played in 7 games.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
but a couple of them he
6
wasn't
games.
100%.
Speaking of fantasy, we'll have Inspired by True Events Fantasy Basketball League this year for everybody. Tune in for that for sure. We'll be doing that.
Yes,
Doing
sir.
that we'll have a segment every week on that. For any
That'd be
fantasy
fun.
basketball players out there, if you haven't played fantasy basketball before, get into it, man. For sure. I mean, if you got time to look at your team, because you got to kind of set your team every day, or you could just if you use Yahoo, it's got set all active players. If you got time to look at that stuff, man, fantasy basketball is the best fantasy for sure. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's not like you look at your team all week and then you wait for 2 days and hopefully your team goes off. It's every day for a week. It's crazy. Categories too, which is a lot better than points in my mind. So we'll definitely have that coming in the future for sure. Fantasy basketball, man, that's where it's at.
It's tough.
All right, so we're gonna get to the trivia. See who knows the most
Trivia
about
King!
about the 2010s NFL.
The
I
Trivia
drafted
King.
from last time.
Well, I gotta get the screen off here so we can
Yeah.
see my whiteboard.
All right, first question here. What position did the first pick in the 2014 NFL draft play in college? What position did the first pick in the 2014 NFL draft play in college?
Oh man.
Who the fuck
Kenny,
had that pick?
Kenny, do you know this?
I'm trying to think. I'm between a couple guys, so I gotta think.
Lawrence, do we have to get the exact position or what? Do you
Well, you can't say running back if he plays quarterback.
Right. It's
right.
one of the positions. One of the what is it? One of
There's
the
22 positions.
Yeah. So
But if you say offensive guard, yes, we can give you that one. Like you don't got to be left or right.
All right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
I think
hang on.
It's wrong, but we'll see. I already know it's wrong.
All right, here we go.
No. I don't got it down yet. Hang on, give me a couple minutes.
a couple minutes.
No,
Couple minutes.
Should we say what is in honor of Jeopardy or
Oh,
What
RP Esther
is-
Beck, the GOAT.
What is?
what is?
Oh shit, that was the year that he was picked there. I don't fucking know, so I'm just gonna take a guess. I know I'm wrong.
The Fantasy King.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Phil has left tackle.
Defensive
Nick
end.
has quarterback.
Defensive end, Jadeveon Clowney.
Jadeveon Clowney. Neil got
Yep. Yeah. Fuck.
All right.
Couldn't think of a single player of that draft class. Like I don't know. I remembered the year after, and I drew a
That was
blank on
That was the
2014.
year. That was the year he smoked.
It was Conley?
No, he smoked the guy the year before, and then he barely played any games that year.
Oh, that's right. See, lucky I didn't think about that because I would have fucking got the thing wrong.
Yeah, that was a boring year. Like that's why that draft was boring.
That's right. It's always boring when you got defensive end going first. All right, Lawrence.
All right, here we go. You guys ready?
Is there?
All right. All right. In 2006, the Dallas Cowboy Terrell Owens caught 13 passes in that season. Who finished just behind him with 12?
And his team?
No, it's another receiver not on his team.
Okay.
It's in 2006.
He
This
only caught
person played in 2006.
the whole season.
Think about one of the monsters in the game at that point.
For the whole season?
For the whole season.
And was it receptions or reception yards?
No, touchdowns.
Oh,
Oh,
touchdowns.
I thought you said
I thought-
catches, bro.
Yeah, you said receptions.
Yeah, you didn't say touchdowns.
I said Terrell Owens caught 13 touchdowns.
13 receptions. No, you didn't.
I said
you
reception?
yeah, you said reception.
My fault.
catches,
that's why I was
13
I was like,
receptions. That's slow
that's
as
why I
shit.
was like,
All right,
that's why
my
I was like,
fault.
he had 13 catches a whole
Yeah, he
season.
said
Like, I'm like,
catches.
you gotta be talking about one game. 06. Okay.
2006.
No, that was the next year.
You guys want a hint?
Sure, why not?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on.
No.
I have no idea.
Me neither. So I'm just gonna take a wild guess here.
All right, we ready?
Hold on.
Just
Yeah, I'm
'cause I
ready.
feel like it's
1,
wild.
2, 3. Neil has
Andre Johnson.
Kenny has Ochocinco. Neil, Neil, what'd you have?
Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson, and then Phil had Ochocinco. It is Marvin Harrison.
Oh.
Marvin Harrison.
Oh, that's right.
You got to think about one of the dogs at that point. That 2000.
But yeah,
that-
before
there was a
2000.
Ochocinco was
Yeah,
Ochocinco was a
there
dog
It was a
too.
bunch. Andre
That
Johnson,
receiver-
Ochocinco, Donald Driver was then too. Oh man, that was
There's a lot of crazy.
That was a golden era.
there a lot of wideouts. My quarterback.
Mhm.
Next.
All right. Give me a second.
How many questions we got? Because I got one.
We got 5. We doing
Oh,
5.
That was the second one.
It's a tough week for me. Tough week.
Come on, you're the trivia king.
So
You haven't
you're the trivia king. All right. What team won the Super Bowl? Oh my goodness. In 2011. I'm not going to say the exact number. I'm going to say who won the Super Bowl in 2011. I'm not going to say the number.
No, wait. Are we talking the 2011 season or the game was played in February 2011?
February
There's a
2011.
Okay.
Yes, who won the Super Bowl that was played in February 2011?
Okay, that is these guys.
I know that one.
Mm-hmm. Phil looking like he's out of here. All right, 1, 2, 3. We
Green
got Green Bay Packers. The Pack.
Bill, you would have been correct if it was the season started in 2011.
Yeah. That's the Giants.
Remember who the Green Bay Packers played that game, Kenny?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
Oh, fuck you.
Big Ben had a chance to drive down the field at the end of the game, and he overshot Mike Wallace 3 times.
Yep.
That's close.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Rashard Mendenhall fumbled the football.
Yikes.
All right. All right, Lawrence. Lawrence.
This fucking guy. We're gonna go with this one. Nah, that one's crazy. You guys gonna be mad at me.
Alex Trebek.
Not gonna be
Rest in
mad.
peace, GOAT.
All right, here we go. Who had the most sacks in the 2014 season? Was it
Yeah.
Clay Matthews, Von Miller, Justin Houston, or JJ Watt?
I know
We
it.
got Justin Houston, Clay Matthews, JJ Watt, Von Miller. And by the way, I mixed up the names so y'all didn't think I was reading straight off the list. So you pick the first one if you want, and you're probably gonna be wrong.
I know it.
All right, here we go. Ready? Yo, you're a cheater. He's on.
I was doing that for a joke.
He said, "Hey Siri." Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Justin Houston.
It's Justin Houston.
Yeah.
Justin Houston, 22 sacks. Clay Matthews at 11. Von Miller, 14.
That's it, Kenny.
And
You're
then
out.
JJ
Kenny's
Watt.
out. That's me.
Damn.
Well, we'll finish. We'll get one more question then.
All right.
Technically, technically it ain't for anything. So,
All right, fine.
in 2006,
That's like
we
8.
saw the 2006 was the crazy year for running backs. They was toting the rock.
On that tomato.
Yeah. And the Rams had Steve Jackson. He led the league for all-purpose yardage combined for rushing and receiving with
Yes, sir.
2,300. 2,300 all-purpose guru right there.
Beast.
Who fell just short of Jackson in the 2006 season?
Take a wild go. I'm torn.
Look at Phil.
I got two guys. I'll tell you what my backup pick was after.
I'm ready. I don't know. If, I have
ready?
no idea, but
Just tell me if I'm right or wrong, and then I'm gonna tell you what my backup pick was.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
But Damian Tomlinson.
LT, baby.
It was LT?
It was LT.
Oh, okay.
I want Frank
LT.
Gore.
All right, I'm gonna go one more. I think we all enjoyed watching this motherfucker bust on the scene for the NFL. So in the 2010 season, what running back bursted on the scene and took the league by storm?
Running
Was
back?
he a rookie that year?
Running back?
He's a running back.
Rookie running back?
I'm not telling you that.
I think I got it.
I don't know if you can tell the NFL story. To be honest, you can't tell it without it at this point. That like 2000, 2010, like you got to put this story in there. All
I think
right,
I know.
y'all
I
ready?
think I know who you're talking about too, and I'll
Y'all
do
ready?
a little celebration after too if I get it right.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Arian Foster.
Arian Foster. Remember when he came on the scene? He was head cracking people for like
Beast.
230.
Dude was a monster.
230. He had like 3 games in a row. He had 200 plus or some crazy
Oh,
shit.
that dude was a beast, man.
He rushed for 1,600 yards.
Damn.
1,600.
I remember playing fantasy and having him as my running back. He scored touchdowns every game.
And then
he was so good.
He didn't even play the whole season. He did that in the middle of that shit. That's miraculous.
He kind of retired kind of on a bad note, right? I mean, he was hurt bad.
Yeah. His body was beat up.
He was beat up. Yeah.
Well, that's because they gave the ball 75 times a game.
He carried that team. Oh man.
So how we're gonna close out all these episodes from here on out is just everybody here, some words of wisdom for the people, words for the episode. So how you feeling, Kenny? What's your wise words for the people?
You can't just bring this on us.
Like, we have to. I have to. Yes, sir.
I hear you, but like you're gonna come to me first. Like I had something prepared.
Because I know it's gonna come from the heart. It's not prepared. It's not written. This ain't no graduation speech. What's some wise words for the people, man?
Some wise words. We're in some dark days right now, people, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Keep your head up. Stay blessed.
All right. Blessed, man. What about you, Neil, without saying anything about the Rams?
Listen, man, 2020 is crazy. It just keeps getting crazier. Try to find some solace in all this. I know we probably won't be spending holidays with your family because of all the whole rules of COVID and everything, but, get on a Zoom call. Call your family if you're kids. If you're trying to call your mom, call your dad, call your family. Tell them what's up. Get on the Zoom call with them. Sit at Thanksgiving dinner with somebody on a laptop, for God's sake. If you can't be with them. But it's crazy. 2020. Keep your head up. Stay strong. It'll be all right.
Absolutely. Zoom giving.
Right.
Zoom giving. I think they're starting a hashtag. I saw it last night on Twitter. So
Zoom in.
Is that the episode title? Zoom giving?
Oh man! I don't know. Wait a minute.
Going off what Neil said, family and friends are just really important this time of year. Make sure you check on your loved ones. Have a really good support system around you. Friends, family, no matter who it is, make sure you keep in touch. So yeah, things like that are really important.
For sure.
Also, side note, speaking of friends and people you support, we got Shoutout. We got shouted out by one of my friends at NYC on one of his YouTube channels. Just a heads up, shout out to ShowBoat, aka George. Make sure you guys check him out.
All right, no.
New York City guy. Just make sure you go check him out.
We'll link that page. We'll link that page.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely get that to me after.
Yeah, we'll link that.
Yep.
For sure. But like, yeah, I'm gonna echo everything y'all said. Like, make sure y'all go see your grandmothers, your mothers, fathers, anybody that's close to you. Let them know that how you feel about them and everything like that. And I just want to finish out this episode by saying the Falcons ain't shit. And they don't stand a
shit.
chance.
He snuck that in like that.
And that's how it goes.
I ain't worried about nothing.
Play some
But-
games, people. We got gaming systems out. We got PS5. We got Xbox Series X.
PS5,
Build a
PS5,
PC.
King.
Listen, PC is the master race of gaming. Build yourself a PC, people. If you need help, at Twitter at NeilFurtado13, DM me. I'll build your computer for you. You gotta.
I got one under my belt too. You know, like we got.
Listen, I got a couple PCs under my belt. Hit me up if you need help. Play some games. You got time off from work. You got time working from home. Get some games going, man. This is the golden era of video games right now. Play some stuff.
And then another thing I wanna plug in there. We got the main podcast. I have with my boys. We got some sweet things coming up. We're going into our creative bubble in 2 weeks. We rented a cabin out. And we got some more content and some special things coming and stuff for this too.
For sure. Stay tuned right here because we
I'm
got
gonna be,
big
I'm gonna
ideas
be,
on the.
I'm gonna be representing y'all there to make sure that we get some more things for just the sports side of things. And I've been thinking about little sneak peek. We're gonna try. I want to talk to y'all about it, but we're gonna try to put some type of game together. We got 4 sharp minds. We try to put a game together to echo what we're doing on here in some way. I think it'll be a cool idea. So that's kind of what I've been brainstorming. I've been meaning to tell y'all. So like I said, everybody be safe. Coronavirus, leave us alone. And we up out of here. Another episode of Inspired by True Events Sports Podcast.